Testing, testing.
Is there anybody out there? All
Yay!
right.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry.
So we switched to new mics recently, and they, I don't know, sometimes they power themselves off. I had everything connected, set up, ready to go, but if we're not actively using it, I guess it shuts down.
Oh no.
Yeah, not great.
Oops.
Thank you for bearing with us here. We were basically just lamenting how this has been a crazy week already.
I know. I think we were kind of complaining, so it's good to kind of like cut that off, and now we're in good moods.
Yeah, we just have awkward silence for the first couple minutes of this live stream. Well, thank you everyone for bearing with us here. Thank you for letting us know the audio wasn't working. Let's see who we have so far. We have Tater Dom, the most glamorous profile picture on the entire YouTube scene.
I want to be that glamorous.
We got Little Old Fashioned.
Hello, hello.
One of our fellow bourbon hunting brethren. Always a pleasure to see you. We got JL, no longer a silent night.
And Mary. We skipped over Mary.
There we go. Mary.
Our Patreon. Hi, Mary.
Always a pleasure to see you. Who else would we have in here? It looks like
everyone else is
Russ.
silent.
There we go.
Oh, there's Russ. Hi, Russ.
Thanks for joining us, Russ. Appreciate you. You know, Amazon has some good finds every once in a while. I bought a couple of Tater shirts that we're going to start. Well, I'm going to start to wear.
I don't think it was meant for bourbon, but I'm not against it.
This one definitely is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Was there a lot of like other bourbon shirts within like their storefront?
It was a mixture of like straight up potato reference shirts. Like one said, pretend I am a human when I really am a potato. I thought it was kind of funny, but
honestly, I feel like I'm actually a potato.
Yeah, not really the vibe that I'm going for.
If you were a potato, what kind of
Japanese purple potato?
I was gonna say what preparation, but you could also go with a type of potato.
What's that French style where they're like almost like French fries?
Like the
not
pommes frites?
Not pommes frites.
Not pommes frites.
They're done in a way where they're basically potatoes that are boiled and then turned into like little what?
Reformed?
Yeah, turned into like a little rectangle. And then they're like deep fried after being coated in something.
Someone has to know.
If anybody eats at a lot of French restaurants and you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the chat. I've had them a couple times and they're pretty amazing.
That sounds delightful. Yeah. I would be the French just know how to make potatoes.
Yeah.
I feel better. Like I am German, so I can say this. I feel like the French know potatoes better than Germans know potatoes.
I don't know about that. Germans love their potatoes,
but like the French mashed potatoes that are like so creamy and you like pull them and it's all cheese.
Yeah, because it's all just cheese and butter and milk.
It's so good.
Well, probably not a lot of milk, mostly just a lot of butter and cheese.
A lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Sorry,
cool.
Bonding over potatoes.
Yeah, bonding over potatoes.
That's our new channel. Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, we go potato picking every week. Which we found out this year is a thing. A little old fashioned. Appreciate you. You were the glue for this sidetrack segue here.
Yeah, a little tangent.
Yeah, so we have some news, but we'll share that in just a little bit. Kind of want to see what everyone's drinking tonight. Let us know in the chat.
I know we have nothing in front of us.
Yeah, we did just finish some warm-up pours.
Yeah.
We started with Old Forester 1920.
1910.
I thought we were on a 1910.
No, I just bought it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's right here.
Oh.
It's such a good one.
So sneaky.
I know. I was super sneaky.
Yeah.
I even told you what we were drinking, but it's fine. You don't have to listen to me.
I think in my head I was thinking 1920 because I forgot we bought 1910.
I also forgot that we had 1920. So
there we go. That's the one. Fondant potatoes. They are so unbelievably good. They make regular French fries or even pommes frites taste like crap in comparison.
I can imagine.
They're so good. They're ridiculously crispy, but like a mashed potato on the inside. I mean, what's not to love? Unless, of course, you hate potatoes. But,
or you're allergic to potatoes, which is
true.
A real thing.
Well, in that case, potatoes hate you.
Yeah, that's true. You could still love them, but they're trying to destroy you.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, again, guys, let us know what you're drinking in the chat. Hell yeah, tater
Yeah.
time. So I bought like 3 different shirts online just to kind of see if I liked them, and you know, they might be a little too on the nose sometimes.
I think this needs to be a little more like punk rock. Right now, this is more like,
Run DMC.
yeah, yeah. I think Tater Time, I guess it kind of works if you're doing like I was about to say ancient hip hop.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know
Did you
why
say
that.
ancient hip hop?
Yeah, I don't know why that word came into
Yeah,
my brain.
Egyptian hip hop. We all know and love it.
No, I said ancient.
Yeah,
Ancient.
Egyptian is ancient.
Okay, whatever.
Sipping the 70th anniversary wild turkey. That's awesome.
Nice.
We're big fans of it.
We got a backup of it. We loved it so much.
Yeah, even though now it's going to be a regular release according to the TTB, which is kind of awesome. It's pretty amazing. We have a video that I have been very bad at editing because we've had so many other things going on, where we're going to be comparing the regular 101 release, the 8-year and the 12-year Japanese import.
It will be a members only, so not to plug.
No, that's that's one that we're putting out for everyone.
The benchmark is the one we're putting out for everyone.
Moving on.
Discussions behind the scenes.
We have many things in the works, just not enough time to do it.
I know. We need like double the time.
Yeah. So I guess this is actually a good segue for a bit of the news that we have. So we've kind of been hinting here and there about like a bottle shop that we're going to start to offer through like a third-party service where basically they have distribution in 46 states. The few exceptions I actually have written down here, but I don't believe it's going to affect most people.
I think it was like Hawaii. No, you could actually get it in Utah, right?
Utah is one of the places you cannot get it.
Oh, cannot. Okay.
Because, they don't
Strict
don't like drinking. But yeah, so I'll find there we go. Michigan, South Dakota, Utah, and Tennessee. So little old fashioned. I do apologize. We will figure out a way to get you things on another approach.
I didn't realize that Tennessee was so strict with their regulations, but
I mean, they are a place where you can only buy booze at certain types of stores and not on certain days.
That's true.
So I get it. No drink for me, writing some code. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope you're able to troubleshoot anything that you need. I know sometimes it's like whack-a-mole. You fix one issue and something else pops up somewhere else.
Always.
That was going to be one of my preferred professions. And then I kind of got talked out of it by somebody that was in the coding industry for a while. They're like, yeah, don't do that. Like the jobs are hard to find. And now they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
So I guess I shouldn't have listened to them.
Don't listen to anyone about your career path.
Yeah.
That's not true. Tennessee. I was a mentor for a long time.
Yeah, don't listen to anyone about your career path. ATs. Tennessee is crazy sometimes. Yeah, you guys do get some access that we don't get. But anyways, sorry. Sidetracking here. So we're pretty close to finishing up the full build-out list. One of the things that kind of put me behind on editing, I had to go through a list of all of their products that they have available. I had to cross-reference the MSRP with their proposed price for it. And I just kind of had to make sure that everything kind of worked out for not only what we feel comfortable posting it for, but also like making sure there's a wide range of different things. I still haven't built out any scotch for it yet because our audience, bonding over bourbon. But
it's like scotch is also like another huge category to go through and picking which one is right for the audience as well.
Yeah, one vice, one demon at a time. Was my approach.
Let's start with whiskey.
So yeah, I went through the whole list, cross-referenced everything. We have some wiggle room to negotiate price. We're not trying to do like crazy markups or anything. We're trying to get things as close to MSRP as possible. Some things are below MSRP, and putting just like a nice variety of things that can basically appeal to all walks of life. Whether you want like an old granddad 114, you want like Elijah Craig, we have pretty good deals on those. They do have some of the more tatery bottles, like I think I saw Weller 12 was available.
Yeah, if you want to throw like a pretty penny for something you can't find all the time.
It's under full secondary, but it's above like the the normal pricing for MSRP. Then we threw in some stuff like there's even like shanks and Bombergers. We set a pretty low price on that. And again, the idea for this is we're not really trying to gouge anyone. You know, like doing bourbon hunting for a living, we know what things should sell for. So we basically lowered our margins to nothing, just to make sure that people that can't get stuff in certain states can get it. One thing we're unfortunately not able to get is Blue Note juke joints.
It may change too.
Yeah.
We're gonna like keep it updated as things keep getting posted, but hopefully some things change.
Yeah. So they're going to keep adding more inventory as they go. Our hope is that we give you guys such great deals that they're kind of too hard to beat. And then you help this like relatively new brand grow. And then you also can get some cool stuff that only we're offering.
Yeah. Especially like if you're out of Illinois and want the full benchmark line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah. That's one that we'll be offering as well.
If you're in one of the state controlled places and you have a hard time getting like benchmark, foolproof, single barrel, all that stuff, that's all going to be available. I don't know how much quantity is going to stay in stock for the prices that we're setting for it. But you do have a chance to get it. You don't have to wait for a lottery. You don't have to wait for anything. We can ship everything directly to your home. It's all 100% legit and legal. So it's honestly kind of a blessing.
And you don't have to wait for us to ship things either.
Yeah.
We are very, very slow.
Yeah. With side projects like this, it gets a little difficult to manage everything. But again, that should be up pretty soon. We have submitted the list. We've reviewed everything. We've set the pricing. We have a domain name for it. We're just waiting for them to transfer the store over to us, and then it'll be accessible. So we'll start putting links in videos. We'll start putting it up in live stream chats if you're interested. And yeah, I mean, we're excited about it.
Yeah.
Get more bottles to more people.
I know. I'm also excited to shop for myself.
No 20 cases of wine. But you might see some prices you're not exactly happy with to offset the case of the wine for like the super high-end Tatery bottles. But again, all the stuff will be up there. We kind of got rid of stuff that was way too inflated. Yeah. I mean, I think one thing we saw was like $17.92 for like $150. I was like, for the 12-year.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable setting that price. We can just skip that one.
Yeah. Let's just give things that people can't get, you know?
Steven, happy to see you. That bottle shop we were just talking about, everything's starting to come up. You'll see everything soon, and the barrier of your state's limitations will hopefully be a thing of the past.
I hope so.
All right. Should we get into the blinds?
Yeah, let's do it. So we're doing 5 blinds?
I pulled a 6 glass just in case.
Okay, we're going to do a lot of blinds. I'm going to put this down. So we did tape them up beforehand.
Yeah, we learned from our last experience.
Yeah.
So these are all taped ahead of time. I spent like probably about a good 20 minutes just making sure everything is like completely hidden.
Chris did all the grunt work while I was stuck at work.
Yeah. So the idea is we basically just line everything up. We pick randomly. There are a couple of oddball ones here, but they also have enough variety of them that we won't know what they are immediately. Yeah. And then anything that's under 2 ounces, we don't include here. We don't want anything to give it away. We want to make this completely blind as much as we possibly can. So
you pick one, I pick one.
Well, let's grab the glasses first.
Okay. 3, 2. Do you want all 6?
Guys, what do we want to see? 5 or 6?
5 or 6. Do you want to see us semi put together or semi sloshed?
Well, I think we know what the answer is going to be.
It's us. I mean, we don't get that toasty.
Well, sometimes. It depends on the proof of the pour, because we are a little old-fashioned. right out at
Oh,
the beginning
yeah.
of the race.
And he put it 2 times.
We're not doing 66. We're just do 6.
I
No,
will die.
yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine with that.
Do you want to see 2 podcasters die tonight?
Yeah, right.
We don't even have 66 options. We'd have to start picking other things.
Yeah, we just have to start blind grabbing bottles and pouring from them.
Like, I think this is the right one.
Night Method, my apologize. I forgot to say, hey, I got distracted here. One of mine is in the mix. Yes.
Somewhere in here.
If we grab it at the end, please just shout it out. I remember a lot of these, but not all of them. So some of the names are kind of escaping me.
Yeah. Also,
who we got them
thank
from.
you for all of these different options. This is awesome.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without you guys.
No, we could not.
So let's go for the first one. You grab it.
Okay. I'm like, I can't see anything.
So write number 1 on it.
Number 1. Okay.
This will be number 2.
Number 2. Oh, this one's full. Number 3.
No idea what that could be.
I know. Like, there is no wiggle room in that one.
Let's do this one.
4. 5.
Okay.
Last one.
Consolidate these. Mix up some of the odd shaped ones. Oh, you grabbed one of them. Okay.
I know I did. I didn't. I was trying to like go away from those. But I also can't remember who gave them to us because I have a crash memory.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's like some dormant memory of some of these things, which is why I tried to tape them as much as possible. But at a certain point, you can't really avoid it. Try not to let anything guide us too much. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Okay, 6 samples.
I was like, is this whiskey really dark? No, it's the bottle.
Yeah, some of these have darker bottles. I mean, there were enough of them that we won't really know what they are. But we're there's not all just bourbon and rye either. It's like,
oh, I didn't even check. Yes. Okay. I did a good job this one time.
Well, you did save us the last time we tried to blind.
I did, yeah.
When I almost just blind poured everything, not even listing it.
And you're just like, yep, this is good to go. Oh, I always like when you get like the little, is it a little butthole that's like attached?
Yes, the bottle's butthole.
Yeah. 2.
Just
Where
double checking
is
my order
3?
here. All right.
Okay. I can already smell some of these.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things. Some of these are just like straight up American whiskeys. Some of these are world whiskeys. We thought about throwing in some curveballs, like a rum.
Eventually.
Yeah, so that's going to be the next phase of this. So we just start to test our palate with stuff that can kind of mask as like a bourbon focused thing. We've had a couple of rums lately that have really kind of surprised us that we like would have thought were bourbons. And that to me is awesome, but also scary for a blind tasting.
I know. I even like trying it. I was like, is this like super aged bourbon? I couldn't tell.
Just straight up cane.
I think that's the right amount.
Double checking my order still.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Last one.
All right. Now take the tape off and shuffle them. No, I'm kidding.
We'll never know what they are.
You guys won't know either.
We won't read them off.
Surprise. They're all Malort.
Okay.
God.
They're the pumpkin spice Malort. That was awful.
Just beat me over the head with a stick.
Who was it that we were talking to that really liked the pumpkin spice Malort?
Danny.
Oh, yeah, our friend Danny.
Yeah, if you guys didn't already check it out, we were on a Chicago like spirits podcast called Shy Spirits Guys.
It was super fun.
Yeah,
that was a really fun podcast.
We covered the whole Remus line from like 4 through 8, the Remus repeal line, 4 through 8. and it was honestly great. It was like an hour and a half, but it didn't even feel like it.
No.
No.
It was super fun. I think that was like one of the funnest experience I've had with Remus, especially how like concerning his background is.
What are you talking about? He's America's unspoken hero.
He is. Yeah.
Ro might be the next whiskey tube. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that agave didn't quickly outpace bourbon, because for a while there was like a huge boom. But I think the prices have gone up enough that it's,
Yeah.
I mean, tater bottles are great until you start doubling down on how many tater bottles you're buying in different spirits.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I can't afford that.
I cannot either.
Massive difference in color there. Yeah, some of these are.
I know. This
some of these
one,
are light. Some of these are a little dark.
look how light that one is
Yeah.
compared to this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
No idea. But I'm going to go in for a nosing on the first one.
Okay. I already smelled it once. It has a really nice scent.
This is
If you say what it is, I'm gonna scream. If you call it out and then you're right, I'm so mad at you.
I don't think there's any way that I could be right on this.
I'm getting a lot of ethanol. Like it smells really sweet, but it also has like a kind of acetone smell to it.
I definitely get that. This reminds me of like mixing some elements of like classic Buffalo Trace with like the more cherry forward with like Old Forester's acetone kind of scent to it.
Once I heard that, I was like, that's the smell of Old Forester.
Yeah, once you heard Jason say
and
it.
I'm like, I still love Old Forester. It's one of my favorites.
Do you mean the smell?
Just in general. I love Old Forester.
But it's not one of your favorites?
No, it is one of my favorites.
I thought I heard you say it's not.
I'm just mumbling. Ignore me. I don't need to be on this podcast.
Oh, boy.
I'm not getting like a ton of scent.
Yeah, there's not like a rich depth of flavor or character. Well, obviously, I'm not tasting it through my nose, but it is part of your
sensors.
Yeah, it's part of my sensors.
I was trying to say sensories and then sensors.
My sensors are set to smell, and I'm not getting a lot of smell right now. I feel like I know what this is. I'm gonna go for the taste.
Okay. Sorry. I was gonna talk, and then you're like, "I'm going for a taste."
Ooh, that is sharp.
Ooh.
I feel like I might have an idea of what this is.
I'm getting the cherry kind of comes through on the palate, but not a ton.
I get berries.
Yeah. I
get like berries and cream.
Berries and cream.
Are you a little lad who likes berries and cream?
Berries and cream.
Little known secret, that's one of Kat's favorite skits.
Yeah, totally. Yep, I watch it every night before bed.
Yeah, she can't sleep if she doesn't watch it.
If I don't, I go, berries and cream, Chris. Berries and cream.
She'll just say it in her sleep. Man.
Interesting.
I feel like I know what this is.
I feel like I don't know what this is. Like it could be two things. I'm going to revisit it.
It could be more than two things.
No. Actually, it can only be one thing.
Well,
we have no blends.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if any of these are blended things. One of them for sure, I think, is a blended whiskey that's in this collection. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, water's a good call. This one has a pretty pronounced proof point on it. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably around like 120.
Would you think it's that hot? It doesn't taste that hot.
It's the finish.
I think, yeah.
So like on the palate, there's not a lot of pepperiness, but going back, you definitely get like the sensation of like I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna call what I think it is already. I think this is probably a stag. Because it gives me like that ghost kind of proof point to it. It would kind of make sense with like the berries and cream. I already said I get some Buffalo Trace notes on it.
I did get Buffalo Trace notes, but
I could be wrong. Let's figure it out.
I'm not going to believe you with stag.
Is that a bottle kill?
It's so close.
It is very close. So basically,
Who left that?
That was me.
Why?
Because I gave a sample and I didn't want to overfill the sample.
Why didn't you just finish
Because I
it?
did it before work.
Okay.
Look,
You can't drink before work.
No.
And you can't. I don't know.
I also do not know if any of my coworkers watch these streams. My answer will always be no. I don't drink before work.
No, I also don't drink before work. It would be like,
unless they're tastings at work.
I wish I had tastings at work.
Cheers, Bourbon Baller. Let us know what you're drinking.
All right, second one.
Yeah, this one's incredibly light. It doesn't have it doesn't have a lot of color at all.
That's not a bourbon.
I don't really see a lot of legs on it.
It smells. This is a malt.
Absolutely, this is malt.
It is so light. What malt did we get?
This isn't Scotch.
No, it's not a Scotch. It smells almost like Starward, but I know we don't have Starward in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember. I don't think we do.
That's interesting. It has like a kind of Starward and like Japanese kind of like blend together, like the sweetness of the Starward.
Are you talking about the twofold?
Yeah.
Starward twofold? Well,
Yeah.
that's a weeder. So I feel like I know what this is.
How do you know? I feel like you look through all the bottles really quick and you're like, ooh, what is it? The cat doesn't know.
And choosing them in blind order definitely helps me.
Yeah.
When I didn't look at any of them.
I'm sure.
And shuffled them. No, this is definitely a world whiskey. There's no way that this is an American single malt. From the color, like this leads me to believe that this has to be like European. I mean, there's not a lot of legs on it. There's not any peat.
It's tasty.
On the nose.
It has like a little like Szechuan pepper kind of feel, you know, like that electric feeling you get from Szechuan pepper.
Kind of.
Like a little on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. I don't really this is I literally laughed out loud. Look, disclaimers. Disclaimers, all right? I'm trying to keep my employment here. Luden's bottles Infinity Barrel bound. Yeah, you're not wrong. I do have an Infinity bottle down there.
I'm trying to keep you employed at Bonding Over Bourbon, but I'm very close to firing you at this point if you don't drink before work.
What are you talking about? I edit the videos. If anything, you work for me.
I drive us around. I'm not just a chauffeur.
Well, you just said you drive us around, so no one will know. Yeah. I mean, first of all, Vince, good to see you. Appreciate you for joining. I'm not going to touch that one, although I won't disagree.
Especially if you put coffee and like a Buffalo Trace creamer in there. It's so low proof, but it makes you in a happier mood.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know what this is, but I like it.
I think I know what it is.
Like you're a cheater.
You guys see what I deal with on a regular basis? I have no clue what this is. I do not like that smell.
It's bad?
It's not good.
Oh. This smells like something, but I don't know. Sorry.
Could it be this?
Wow.
Does it smell like this thing?
It smells familiar.
Got a single barrel flight.
Oh, this has to be.
I didn't know that Vas Formos had Buffalo Trace picks. That's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Russell's Reserve, Old Forester, CBC. Nice. That's pretty cool. Love that. Thanks for joining us, King Bourbon. It was a pleasure to see you the other day.
I know what this is.
Do you?
I think.
Okay. The thing I have no clue about, you absolutely know what it is.
Well, it's one of the smelling notes.
Smelling smells.
Yeah, the smelling notes.
You know what this on the nose? You know what this smells like to me?
Smelling notes.
Bug spray.
Kinda. I get cilantro, and when I smell cilantro, you know what I get. What brand it is?
Will it?
Yeah.
I don't think this is Will It.
I think this is Willet. And rye. I get like cilantro and rye spice.
I'm gonna take a wild guess at what this is, but I'm gonna wait until later.
Watch, this is like something super allocated, and we're like, it's opening up.
So there's absolutely a rye. Without question.
Pumpernickel. I get like pumpernickel rye.
You mean demon fart? For those of you that don't know, the actual definition of pumpernickel means like demon fart. It was used as slang to make fun of a ruler whose name was Nick. It's also my favorite useless trivia. So yeah, definitely a rye, right?
It tastes like cheese.
I don't get cheese at all. I'm going to try this again. Cheese is very specific.
It tastes like bread and cheese.
I don't really get that flavor. I just get like...
I don't want to take another sip. It's weird.
Like dark rye notes. I put down a guess already because I can't think of what else it would be.
I'm trying to think who makes pumpernickel.
I don't know if we have anything pumpernickel in this. Then again, there's a lot of these that I haven't tried. So this has got to be a rye.
It has to be. It's a weird one. It's really savory, and it like takes all of like the moisture out of your mouth.
Yeah, it does. I guess this is a great question. We never talked about if we were going to the Dragon's Milk thing.
Oh.
I think this is going to be like a midday release. If I remember correctly.
CJ, what time is it?
Yeah, CJ, please be our eyes and ears of Google.
We can't Google, it's rude.
If we are going to go, then yes, we will definitely be in touch with you about that. Did we try the Omen Arctic LE yet? No, we always sleep on the Evernorth releases.
We do.
We don't follow Bourbon Junkies on Patreon or anything, and we're like so behind in watching other whiskey tube channels that we honestly just kind of, I don't know about you, but I live off like my feed in Instagram and like on Discord groups that I'm on.
I live off of my Instagram, which is like all people falling, like injuries.
Mine is mostly bourbon and comedy
and cooking things.
Yeah.
And then dating shows on like 90 Day Fiance.
How do you know terrifying is inside? Wait, what? It is on the side wondering if it's one of ours.
I'm sure you gave us things that are very delicious.
Yeah.
Method. CJ, tell us how the Evernorth thing is, though. I want to know.
Yeah, I'm interested.
If we missed out.
What's the best Dragon's Milk release?
We need to crack open a bunch of our Dragon's Milk.
Honestly, they're all pretty solid. We love the small batch. It's pretty amazing.
Batch is so good.
The bonded is delicious. The bug spray. The honey barrel is pretty amazing. We tried like a small little taste of it.
Was so good.
There's like a cherry cobbler one that they have at the New Holland brew pub. It was pretty amazing. And I think we tried a taste of something else that we really enjoyed.
Their regular like lineup as well. It's not anything to like call. I don't know why I'm trying to say phrases tonight.
Do you mean to say Dragon's Milk? Dragon's Milk's like other things like the beer barrel and all that stuff. Like, well, we're talking about. I guess the question was just Dragon's Milk in general. You're right.
But the origin, I think.
Origin is where they excel.
Anything you pick up is going to be unique and interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like nothing you can get from like other bottles, which I really appreciate. Also smell the third one again because it did change. It's a little sweeter.
I just get more rye.
I get
More
like
rye spice on
cherry,
it.
like a little cherry.
I don't get cherry.
All right,
First
call
you
me a
went-
liar in front of everyone.
First you went from bread and cheese
It tastes
to
like bread
now
and
it's
cheese.
cherry. Oh boy. Middle West. Yeah, we actually have that one right over there.
We do. It's on the burn shelf.
Yeah. We used to enjoy it, and then we realized there's nothing about it that makes us reach back for it. It's delicious, it's different, but there's just something about it that just doesn't make us feel compelled to keep drinking it.
I think it's a little too savory for my taste.
Yeah, very savory.
Which like and when I'm in a mood, whoa, that is a smell.
You know it's good if it stopped her from a rant.
That smells like orange creamsicles, but in a candle form or a taffy form.
Yeah, you know, like when you drink a Yankee Candle,
Kinda.
or you sniff taffy.
You haven't been tempted to eat a candle at least once in your life?
What are you, Homer Simpson?
You already called me Homer Simpson earlier
Yeah,
today.
that's right.
I'm gonna start taking offense to this.
Why? He's America's sweetheart.
I'm sure.
Man, I get like cherry blossom and like light almond, like almost
Almond.
almost an amaretto.
I could kind of see that once I put my nose. But it's like a stretch. I say it's more like a candle.
These notes. Next thing I know, you're gonna be like the stream that we were watching for Whiskey Row, where they're like, this tasted like a dirty diaper. This tasted like a sweaty cab driver. You're like, how many times have you licked a cab driver? Of course, you're going with the bit. Don't mind her. She loves lying to people on the internet.
You don't know what I do in my spare time when you're at work.
Tastes like fireworks. Yeah, I agree with that.
Kinda.
Yeah, the little bit of smokiness, kind of like you're wafting it in, like as the breeze kind of comes through on like what 4th of July. Like where you've stood next to like those giant boxes of like multiple bottle rockets, and then there's just like this taste of like burning, like
the sulfuric kind of taste. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
JC man,
hello,
happy to see you in here. We have a couple of weird pours already. It's kind of cool.
It's
been
fun. A night. Yeah.
Oh,
this
boy.
Is a question for me.
Yeah, this is definitely for her.
This is a great question. What allocated bottle would you? Man, where is my fiance from? Is the question.
All those people have a means to an end.
I'm gonna say like a nice Italian man. Is that for the Italian man comment or the whiskey?
It's kind of surprising. I thought immediately that you were gonna go for Ron Weasley, but that's apparently her dream person.
Yeah, or
is a pasty British person.
I have to pair it with myself. I'm also pasty. I'm not British, but I'm pasty.
She's Scottish, so they get along like oil and vinegar.
We did try when we were at the last liquor store. So to follow up on this question, it was the
layers of tangents.
Sorry, it was the red line. Was it the Amaro finish?
Oh,
that one was so
red line.
Good.
Yeah, red line Amaro finish, but that's not allocated.
Yeah, I guess.
So answer the question. Allocated bottle. Shoot for the moon, because if you're getting it from going after presumably a terrible human being, because half the people on these shows are like garbage fires that happen to be encased inside of a body.
I don't believe in secondary. So it's hard.
Again, shoot for the moon.
I know.
I already know what your answer is, but I'm waiting for you to say it.
I kind of want to go with like a vintage almost. Like Buffalo antique or a pappy from like the 1980s or something like that, or like a prohibition bottle, but then you're like you don't know what you're going to get before you taste it. So, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Nobody wants to say this. Oh, you guys are the best. For once, I'm glad that we're not derailing this with crazy stuff. These comments are gold tonight. I appreciate all of you. I'm surprised that you didn't just say the Parker's Curacao.
Oh, yeah.
See?
I do love that one.
And this is why any of those people on 90 Day Fiance wouldn't have anything on me, because they'd be like, no, you want this one. And she'd be like, oh, yeah. I forgot that existed, but you remember what I like.
That whiskey will never, like, nothing will ever live up to that pour I had.
That is definitely her hall pass. Well, unofficially, we have a list of hall passes, and that's, you know what, Rye Guy, I take offense to that question. No, I don't like older men. Oh, he's asking you.
Who's the guy from Mad Men? That John Hamm.
John Hamm.
That would be my other hall pass.
You mean I call him the sledgehammer with hair. If you know what I'm talking about, just put it in the comments.
But he's sweet and funny.
So a few things. Yeah, there's a couple things that she'd be willing to go on a reality show for.
I would be no one would want to watch me on a reality TV show. Absolutely no one.
You would just be laughing at everything everyone says.
I know.
And then you'd be like, oh wait, were you serious?
Like, wait, what?
Like, oh, I thought that your life story was a joke. I thought that you were messing with me. And they'd be like, why, are you messing with me? And you'd be like, no.
Am I?
It's like,
wait.
I'm being so serious.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would get my humor.
Or you joined at the right time.
Sorry. We're going on tangents. You're also going on tangents. I was answering a question. Did you go to the fifth one?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Go for it. I don't give a darn.
Gosh, don't use such strong language.
Oh, geez. Don't you worry there. Sorry, I feel like the Wisconsin's coming out in us after our last video.
I know. We've been to Wisconsin a lot lately. A fair amount.
More than we had before having this channel.
This one is... It's interesting.
Wow.
It kind of has like the appley note I get from Weller, but it smells strong.
I don't get a ton of ethanol on the nose.
Not ethanol, but it's like, I don't know.
I could see the apple, but I get maybe more like an apple crisp. Like where there's like some slightly like breadier, kind of like
butter,
brown sugar notes. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised this one didn't open a bunch. Just float around.
Well, you don't know if this is it being opened. We didn't smell it first.
I mean, even out of just the small bottle. It's just a good swirl job.
Give it an SJ in honor of Matt Porter.
Now I get red vines.
I feel like every one of these, you're like, this is red vines.
Red vines has a very specific smell.
Which is why I always find it funny when you're like, this is red vines.
If I knew what taste red vines was, like what it emulated.
You hear that? She doesn't know what red vines taste like.
Well, honestly, I don't. Tell me what flavor it emulates. It's not cherry.
Red 40.
It's not licorice.
It's how you end up with extra genes you don't want.
It kind of has like a little bit of like almond in it as well.
Ooh, 155.
Ouch.
Yeah, we might skip this one. 155 is kind of a lot.
It is.
We do have some other stuff in the pipeline already that we should be hearing about this week, and I've already made some purchases that arrived through the mail. So
And this weekend.
yeah, this weekend's gonna hurt.
Oh well,
this last
week.
This last weekend, what we got yesterday, and then what we're gonna get this next weekend, or this current weekend approaching, are probably going to kill our budget for the rest of the month. And if this weekend is as good as I think it's going to be, I'm going to be happy and mad at the same time because it's going to be expensive.
This has a lot of cinnamon on it.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Not like an Ambrana finish, but definitely
Ambrana.
But a lot of cinnamon.
I can't place the finish on this. It's like relatively thin on
it
the palate.
Thin. But it like lingers on your tongue. It's spicy.
I get it more like kind of on my lips where it was. It's kind of like a little peppery.
Maybe I was keeping it on my tongue a little too long, but
This one's interesting for sure. This is the first one where I'm like, I have no idea what this could be or where it could be from or if it's even American.
So it tastes American to me.
I guess we'll find out together.
Yeah, it is spicy.
Yeah, it is.
That one's interesting. It's like if you had like an apple pie with like chili crisp on top.
I'm into that.
It might work.
We should make that. That would be pretty good. GTS for sure. We both double dipped on our stag pick. For those of you that don't know, Benny's is moving towards lottery system, raffle type things, but it's kind of slated by purchase history, and like getting only allocated bottles throughout the year isn't going to help you. If you buy like more things like wine and like bulk purchases, like that's going to help you a little bit, but ultimately like it's pseudo playing favorites. But either way,
we'll see.
Stag, George T. Stag.
I know.
If
we don't have any antique, which is fine, but if we could get one, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, this might be our only chance for a while. I don't know how I feel about the new system that they're doing. We might just leave our purchases to only hauls, like when we go to stores.
I think we're lucky too, being in Chicago, we get a lot of access at bars to try a bunch of like the high-end allocated bottles. So not having it at home, I'm like, that's fine. I'll just dip into someone else's bottle and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I have no idea if that one's even in here, CJ. I guess we'll have to find out together. Did you only make it to Aria's? Yeah, we hit up other places.
We did.
But
we were tired.
Yeah, we got a lot of no's or come back later, which is fine. We don't mind setting up the groundwork to go back somewhere later and try another store. But I will say, once we hit Ira's, we were like, oh my God, there's absolutely no way we can leave this place without filming.
Yeah, it was so good. And we lucked out that day too, with the owner.
The owner was there. He has 3 different stores, and we just happened to be there at the exact time that he was there.
And he's like, I'm never at this store.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, come on in. They're like, do you guys want a drink first? And I was like, sure, why not? And then like tried us out on a bunch of different single barrels, and they're all amazing. Honestly, that guy has such a good palate.
He does. He has an amazing palate.
Fahim, I think was his name. Yeah, he has an amazing palate, and he picks with some other groups too that are like around there. Wisconsin Bourbon Bros go there all the time. Yeah. After seeing our video, they also did a shout out for our video on their channel.
I know. I still need to repost it.
Yeah, they said that was their home base store, so we were like, yeah, we absolutely picked the right spot to go to.
I think we were struggling towards the end of the day, and when we walked in, we're like, it was kind of like a shiny like object. We're like,
yeah.
For
me, it felt like
is beautiful.
For me, it felt like a mirage until we had a drink at the bar. I was like, there's no way this place exists. Like, nope. And then he's like, yeah, do you want to come hang out and like let's talk about what we do first? I was like, Absolutely.
He was the nicest.
Yeah.
I think
Easily the nicest store owner we've ever met.
except for Harry. If Harry's on here.
Harry is amazing. Harry from D&D Smoking Spirits is amazing. He is really, really nice and kind and generous.
I think it's funny, like seeing going to all these liquor stores. Usually, you just gotta get
Just 4 days after you heard from him. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Their pours, they kind of range. Some of the more allocated stuff does get a little pricey. Like, I think we saw some of like the end of year allocation bottles were like $40-ish a pour for I think single ounces. So like you're really paying against the access that Wisconsin doesn't really have. So the sheer amount of volume that he gets him only so many bottles. So I mean, beyond that, everything else was very reasonable. And even the BTAC bottles and everything, I don't think it's the worst prices.
Yeah,
I would just refer to it as Wisconsin prices because they don't have a lot of that stuff to go around.
that's true. I mean, there are so many good picks to like drink while you're there. It's kind of a shame to pick like the higher end bottles.
Person 29, I'm going to put number 2 is something you gave us.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
And possibly number 3, but I have no clue yet. We're going to circle back to it in a minute.
I took a sip of 6 and I put familiar.
Familiar, yeah. What else? Drinking before shopping is awesome. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's also
before filming.
It's also dangerous.
I hope that video came out well because he gave us a lot of pours before.
Not like an excessive amount. We had short pours.
He gave us short pours, but they were high proof.
We finished with the high proof one.
He started us with the high proof one too.
Like 118. That's not that high proof. We finished with Obtainium.
We didn't eat before, which does not help.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Obtainium almost did me in.
I had such a bad headache after that. Like driving home in the rain, I was mad.
And again, on an empty stomach, we're just like, okay, like we need food now. Let's go to the saddest Buffalo Wild Wings experience of our life.
It was so sad.
Finish drawing was fair luck for kind of. I mean, I obviously don't know all the specifics, but you know, this is the most amount of transparency that I've received from them. So there's more stuff in the works potentially. I don't want to start the rumor mill on what Binny's is doing beyond what I can confirm. But I mean, they're trying it out. There might be more stuff like this in the future if this goes well for them. But I've already seen online that there's a fair amount of revolting and people feel offended and upset because expectation, I guess. None of us are deserved or owed anything, but when you come to expect it and you suddenly don't have it, I mean, some of us revert to children.
Yeah.
We're like, but I was told I was going to get this thing and now I'm mad. Like, dude, it's corn water, all right? Like, it's fine. You can try it at a bar. You can find it somewhere else. Just, there's always going to be another bigger, shinier object in front of you.
Yeah.
And that's why we're not super upset about it. Like, we didn't think we were going to get it anyway. Like, who cares?
I think we have so many good things on our shelves that it's just like, oh yeah, if we got it, it'd be cool.
Almonds. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the recommendation. Well, can you write that down somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a couple other places that we checked out.
Hopefully leads.
One of our patrons, John, he gave us a list of a couple places to check out, and we planted some seeds. So they're just kind of reviewing it with their co-owners, or just like they're like, hey, now's not a good time of year, like raffles and allocation, like
which makes sense.
Just come back later. So we'll have some more Wisconsin videos in the near future. Southern Bourbon Rose, yeah, it's honestly great. They do events every month.
It's crazy, yeah.
Oh, and you came to us. Oh, okay, that's right. This is John.
Hi, John.
I got thrown off by the JC on the screen name. Yeah, really, really appreciate that. Some of the places that you told us to go were really awesome. I think Liquor Guys is the one that we're kind of waiting on to see if we can go back. That place is cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and when we told them that you sent us there, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's great." It was like, "Yeah, I know that guy. He's a Scotch guy." And I was like, yeah, that's what he said he knows you as. Video was great. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yay.
I put so much time and effort into
You
editing
did.
that one. For those of you who have watched our videos for a while, I've messed with like the coloring on it a little bit. So things look like a little more vibrant and pop more. If you guys have noticed that, and if it's something that you like or dislike, please let me know in the chat here. I'm looking to just take all the honest feedback I can get and either roll with it and keep doing it, or to change it and go back to how we were doing it before. Maybe something wild I wanted your opinion on. Really challenging pour. Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm so confused by two of them.
Oh. I know what this one is, but I can't remember the name. But now that Mary gave me a hint, I know what it is.
Yeah, not only good whiskey is allocated.
Yeah.
And not all allocated whiskey is good. Like,
You're not wrong.
At one point in time, pot still was allocated. Bullet pot still was allocated. And that's arguably one of the most criticized whiskeys in the entirety of this business. And I mean, if you like it, great. We do not. Video was awesome. First time. Yeah, we've done a couple of videos where we do it together and a few that we don't.
It's hard because we do it usually Monday nights. So it's a lot of editing for Chris. And by the time he's ready to do voiceover, I'm like, I got to go to the office tomorrow.
Yeah. Or you haven't done the thumbnail yet and you need to edit the thumbnail.
I'm panicking.
And then we have to do dinner and all these other things. So it usually ends up being like if there's time, do you want to do the voiceover or do you want me to just do it? And the last few, she's just been like, you do it.
I'll get better at prioritizing it. I should be talking more.
Yeah. Video was fantastic. Thank you so much,
because
Mary.
I wasn't talking.
Oh,
no,
boy.
I'm just kidding.
Oh boy. Yeah, she wasn't even there. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not even here right now. I'm a hologram.
See, my hand goes right through her.
Beep boop bop.
Oh boy.
No.
What do you get on the sixth one?
It smells really nice.
See, this one smells more like a candle to me than the other one you said.
It kind of smells, now that I smell it again, it smells like blue cheese. I don't know why I'm getting all the cheese.
What is with your notes tonight?
I don't know.
I blame the Dan noodles that we had. I
think brushing my teeth before didn't help either.
But that was like
an hour before, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, it can linger. I don't get blue cheese on it.
I do not get blue cheese. I don't know.
It smells familiar. Like I've had it before. We do have a pick coming up.
We do have a pick. We're going to have a Green River single barrel coming out. We didn't want to go straight from like a Jepson's Green River to another Green River, but we did enjoy it so much when we tried the sample that we were like, yeah, absolutely, we'll pick this up. There will be more information about that coming soon, but it was like a ginger spice cake. It was honestly really, really nice.
It's kind of like a gingerbread. I feel like it would be a perfect one for Christmas or the holidays.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, our next live stream is supposed to be on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We're not gonna do that.
No, that sounds awful.
Yeah. So in addition to everybody being with all your loved ones and probably either dividing your attention or just kind of not watching our live, we'd rather just you all focus on your family and your loved ones. We're also probably going to be eating way too much food and just be completely useless and bloated on camera, and I don't think any of us want that.
Like, what do you get from this whiskey?
Yeah, right.
No? Maybe we'll put out a fun short. I have a few days off. We can make it work.
Or we could maybe do like an impromptu live if we feel like it, if people are out and doing stuff on YouTube. I have no clue what this is.
Is that the sixth one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is either. It's American.
Hi, Mr. Mom.
Hi, Mr. Mom.
Thanks for stream jumping from Whiskey Road to Us. Appreciate you. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. This is incredibly thin.
It is I also wrote thin. It's a little sweet, but not overly sweet.
Yeah.
Um, it has like a little bit of like orchard fruit to it, maybe like a
Like
peach
I get
or a
more of
nectarine.
I get a pear.
A pear.
I get like an underripe pear.
A underripe pear. Hmm. I just said a joke in my head. I didn't say it out loud though.
Yeah, we've dated. Any American single malts you're a fan of? Yeah, there's quite a few. Courage and Conviction is one of them from
Mhm.
Virginia Distilling Company. They're really awesome. Bear Fight is really good for the budget bottle.
It really is.
I think it's like $30.
35.
Maybe
I think.
somewhere between $30 to $40. It's pretty solid. It's nothing that's gonna make you go like, wow, but like for a shelfer, it's honestly one of the best choices.
Yeah.
It's half the price of most of the other ones.
I also love Westward's chocolate malt. That one's really good.
Yeah. Well, we didn't try it at that event,
I
but I
tried
have
it
tried it
when
in
I
the
was
past.
at Westward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be one of their better ones.
I really like that one.
I also really liked Brother Justice.
Yeah.
Brother
that one
Justice
was
was
so good.
crazy good. Even their unaged spirit is 100% palatable. It's what is it? They have a cold peated, they have an unpeated, they have the silver malt, and then all of their stuff is like Belgian style malts.
Hmm.
So they taste like not as hefty Belgian beers, like
They're creamy.
like triples and,
Yeah.
and doubles. And even like some quads, it's like bordering on that flavor. So like banana and like
Yeah.
banana nut bread and bubble gum, like not necessarily all combined together, but some of them were kind of like in a wave. Like you start with
Yeah.
bubble gum and then it turns into banana and then it. I mean, honestly, we were surprised. We judged the brand on packaging alone for the longest time, and once we tried it, we were like, all right, we're idiots. Like this is delicious.
Is Stauning a single malt?
Stouting.
Stouting.
A lot of them are rye.
Rye.
Yeah, so some of them are single malts. Raging Irishman, always a pleasure to see you. And for those that are watching, smash that like button.
We need like a graphic where it's like, blah.
Yeah, well, we could do it. I could figure that out. We might be
I
stripping.
can figure it out.
We might be switching from StreamYard, which is what a lot of people use on YouTube, to Streamlabs because it's like a quarter of the price.
It's so much cheaper.
Yeah, it's like $20 a week, which
Yeah.
is crazy for what we're currently using. And we do this twice a month, so that doesn't really add up. Guys, this what we do isn't cheap. This isn't cheap.
We
This
should.
isn't cheap.
We should-
This isn't cheap.
We should have picked a cheaper like avenue to go down, like the people on TikTok that make like the spooky stories and put it to like
Oh, they just steal other people's content and then
Yeah.
just put music to it.
exactly. I'm like, I don't know how they're not getting like flagged, but
You
they're
can
making
just-
a shit ton of money.
You can
Ooh.
just repost multiple times, so they can always get away with it. Virginia Distillery ones, yeah, Courage and Conviction is amazing. Haven't tried the Cedar Ridge ones. Haven't tried the Balcones ones. What we have tried at Balcones, we're not the biggest fans of. We tried like the Baby Blue and I think one other one, and we were both like, I don't
Yeah.
even want to finish this pour.
What's is it the New Zealand brand? And it's in like the
Cardona.
little Cardona.
Cardona is absolutely amazing.
So delicious, but it is a pricey bottle.
Were they New Zealand? They were New Zealand,
New
right?
Zealand.
Yeah.
Because you said Australian,
Yeah,
and
well,
they were like, "We are not Australian."
I was browned out at the World of Whiskeys event, and I barely remember trying this thing. And then I was like, "Oh, are you guys Australian?" They're like, "We're not Australian." And I was like, "Okay, I'm
we
sorry."
may be flip flopping this.
No, they're New Zealand.
Okay.
Cardona is New Zealand because
Starward is
Australian.
Yeah. I like our logic process. This has actually opened up a lot.
The first one.
The third one.
Oh, you're going in there. Oh, okay.
Oh, yours is confusing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's how I originally was going to do it, but I ultimately decided not to because I would get confused by it.
I swallowed wrong.
I actually look forward to
Getting
Monday
so
or
many notes.
Tuesday. Like when I see you guys done. Aw, I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, the music was definitely a vibe that you can just kind of relax to and just kind of sit back and just watch like two people shop. It sounds weird every time I think about what we do, but like it's also kind of cool. You get access to stuff that you can't really find anywhere. And I mean, we've seen people travel from all over the US to come to some of the stores, whether because of us or independently of us. Like, it's still pretty cool when we hear like some of the store owners, when we go back in to check on them, and they're like, yeah, like somebody drove in from Cleveland, somebody drove in from Nashville, like,
Yeah.
and they told us that they saw your video, and I'm like, that's cool.
I always like to think of it like we do the heavy lifting so you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. We weed through all the bad stores. For every like 5 bad stores that we find, there's like maybe 1 to 2 good ones.
Yeah.
And some days that ratio is way off. It's like 8 to 10 bad stores and 1 that's like moderately good.
I'm thinking of Juliet.
Juliet?
Our day in Juliet. That was
Romeoville.
They're next to each other.
Still.
They're that was a very painful day.
Town Branch ASM is good. They have one that they do not release to the public.
It was a single barrel.
And we got to try it, and it is the best stuff we've ever had from them. And like, we talked about this in a previous live, so we'll kind of keep it short. But the salesperson was amazing.
He's great.
He was just like, look, in the past we made some mistakes. Did we put too young a product in the bottle? Yes. Did it suck? Yes. Did we put it out at too much of a price? Yes. But try it now. And I was like, you know what? You're owning it. I'll just I'll try it.
I appreciate that pitch where it's honesty.
Just suck it up and own it.
Just suck it up and own it. Like, just come out and say, like, yeah, our product was trash, but we've changed hands. We're making it better. Our stock is older. It tastes better. It is more well-rounded. We're making different techniques. Great. I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Bear Fight is, again, around the same price point.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Decent stuff overall. What else we got here? A few pours of Doc's Commerce Smokehouse. I don't know that one.
Doc Swinson?
No, Doc's Commerce Smokehouse. A few pours at Doc's Commerce Smokehouse.
Oh.
Couldn't believe the selection they had. All right.
Is that in Chicago?
I have no idea. Let's find it out. Paul, if you can tell us where that is, please put it in the chat.
Here.
Beach Sand Bourbon, thank you so much for joining us. We just started following you tonight. We're going to do a deep dive on a ton of your videos. Always happy to see somebody else in the Whiskey Tube community. Not only on these streams, but in general.
Oh, it's in Milwaukee.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely add that to the list. For good prices and selection. Yes. What you don't see on any of our videos are taxes. Chicago taxes are among the worst for alcohol. Obviously, like not Oregon, Washington. Washington
really
has by far the worst out of any state in the country. Our city is currently trying to raise the alcohol tax again. And it's going to heavily penalize like anybody that drinks like anything over 20% alcohol. It's going to be nuts. Like what was it, like a 40% increase, 33% increase, something like that?
Yeah.
On just the tax alone, which is, it sucks. It's honestly pretty bad. See?
Yeah.
See, Joseph knows what I'm talking about.
It's so bad. We definitely get a lot of bottles that are hard to find, but you're paying the price in other ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Either the price is a little inflated or the tax is super inflated.
Or you're going to a restaurant and you're paying like out the ass for the pour.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Binny's is great. Yeah.
Binny's is great.
We
have a love-hate relationship with Binny's.
We love them because they give us bottles, but we hate them because the bottles take money away from us. Even when we go to like film at all these other locations in like different cities and different states, we always hit up our Binny's before we go first because we want to check in, see what's going on, see how, the people that we see every week are doing. Like, we've gotten to the point where like we're becoming very friendly. We will be there for like an hour just talking, not even meaning to. And then at the end of it, like, oh yeah, we should shop. Like that's the whole reason why we're here.
Can you imagine like that would that's how it would be when you go grocery shopping.
Oh, I would always be upset.
I would too.
But yeah, like, I mean, they're honestly pretty great, but like, I don't know. Sometimes the whole allocation game can get a little upsetting. But
I think that's the same anywhere you go,
yeah,
though.
you're not
No
wrong.
one's just like, oh, you came into my store once. Here's a George T. Stagg.
Raging Irishman, don't rub it in.
That does bring up a question for me. Is there anywhere in Illinois that
Woo!
people want us to go to?
22%?
That's crazy.
22% on alcohol? Is that what you're telling me? Aren't you also like a controlled state?
That's bad. That hurts.
Please, I want more information. Or West Michigan, but travel to Binny's quite often. Yeah, I mean, I would. Michigan does have some cool stuff, but they don't get access to everything, which is why, like, I mean, sometimes we'll even go up to Michigan to get stuff we can't get here.
Indiana, usually, like
Well,
Michigan City.
Sometimes we'll take like the whole route up. There have been a few times we've gone to Michigan to get things, especially when we're going to like Journeyman's.
Yeah. Beach Sand, are you going to the Dragon's Milk release tomorrow?
I still don't like number 3.
It has changed. It opened up for me. I don't hate it as much.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's so bad.
Oh no.
4th in the country.
Cool.
Oh, I'm
Is
sorry,
it like
man.
New York City? Who would be second?
For taxes? Well, Washington, I think, is like the first one. I don't know. Michigan sucks for most items. The trade-off is you have like barrels full of Old Forester single barrel proof sitting around for reasonable prices, and they're solid. And then like some of the Michigan exclusives, like this whole line is incredible. And if we could have this around all the time for multiple different options of it, like the Dragon's Milk Origin,
Yeah.
we would always be happy to have it. We would burn through it like it's nothing.
Yeah,
but
right now we're like sitting on it. We're like, when's the next time we can get it?
yeah, we don't even know if we can get the small batch again. So we're kind of hesitant to just dive right into it.
Yeah. Oh, person 29 wants us to go to St. Charles. I actually grew up in St. Charles.
Yeah.
To go back.
You know, that is the one place we've been talking about that we haven't really checked out that we really should.
Yeah.
Tony.
Hello, Tony.
Pleasure to see you in here. Thank you. Happy to have you. I'm in Milwaukee and frequent Binny's for selection of things. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I get it. Double dip inside of Binny's, why not? Like, you know, it makes, look, if I lived in a different state that didn't get certain things, I would make the trip to Binny's all the time.
I mean, that's why we started bourbon hunting. Like we were starting by going to Indiana because my parents were there.
We were getting the benchmark line when nobody else had it.
To get the benchmark line like 2 years ago. And a bunch of like Dusties that we can't find in Illinois. And then we just started to like travel to different states. And Wisconsin has been like our lucky ticket to find like a bunch of crazy Dusties and hard to find things.
Yeah. Right, guy. If you're not already gone, this is a pleasure to see you. You will not see her on 90 Day Fiance because I will be supportive and reminder of the things that she forgets, like how much she loves the Parker's Curacao.
We'll see.
Not going to the release. Have an insight. Oh, so lucky, so jealous. If you have a really nice connect and you can help us out,
and CJ out,
yeah, and a couple other people. No, I'm kidding. Geneva's Binny for pickups. It's my go-to store.
I did see Geneva
slaps.
Yeah, Geneva had Colonel H. Taylor out on the floor today.
We always miss the bottles.
We have it.
We don't have enough.
Leave it for people who need it. Oh no, there goes my pen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't really get things like Rye 3 here in the city or like in and even any of the suburban stores. And I put that in the video that we don't really see allocation in Illinois. And I got like 3 comments that were like, this place has it. I'm like, that's cool. I've driven around a lot of the nearby suburbs and I've never seen it at any place except for like the Gold Eagle. I did forget that.
Gold Eagle. Oh yeah, we did see it at Gold Eagle.
But like, give us a break, all right? Everything kind of like overlaps over a certain point.
Honestly, he has to remind me all the time. Like, No, we've seen that before. I'm like, I don't remember.
There's the top 5 on worst
Ooh,
taxes.
oh, North Carolina. That's not a surprise.
Mm. When we were there, it wasn't so bad. I have no freaking clue what this is.
Which one?
The third one. Or sorry, the fourth one.
It turned smoky to me.
It's always been smoky to me.
It wasn't smoky at first.
It's the finish.
It was candle-like.
This is definitely a double oaked.
It's really dark.
I'm gonna put my money on it. I'm already underlining my answer here. What else? Taxes in Oklahoma are 8%. That's honestly not that bad. The trade-off of not getting a lot, like, that does really suck.
Yeah. We're at 11?
48th on the allocation list. Oh,
Oh no.
I am so
Out of
sorry.
the state or
Well, 48 on allocation, so that means
oh
47 other states get it before they do.
Jeez.
Well, since you missed the beginning part of our video, our partner like bottle shop experience is going to be going up soon. We're going to have a ton of bottles. Some of them are more allocated, some of them are not. You know, you'll be able to get access soon. We'll send out an announcement once it's like official. It's very, very close, I promise you. Michigan City, yep, that's where we got the benchmark series before anyone else was talking about it on YouTube. And we kept saying, like, we should start a channel. We should talk about this. Most people looked at us like we were crazy and we were making stuff up. And then somebody beat us to the punch and I was like, all right, we can't wait anymore. We need to start a channel.
That's why I don't feel so bad about like not getting a bunch of the Buffalo Trace products anymore, because it's all like Buffalo Trace Junior. Like the single barrel reminds me a lot of Eagle Rare. The
benchmark ones?
Yeah.
No, we said the single barrel tastes like E.H. Taylor.
Oh, E.H. Taylor.
It's
sorry.
The top floor and bonded kind of taste like
the top
Eagle
floor.
Rare.
Yeah, you're right. I always forget
Madeira.
about the top floor.
We never really have luck when they're there that I can remember. We might have filmed it on some of them, but we're not really looking for the Madeira one.
Oh, we did see the Rye 3 cigar bat. We just picked that up.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we just picked that up. Sorry.
Welcome to the conversation.
Wow. I'm in my own head.
Yeah, we've dated.
I was thinking about what this is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Rye 3, it's not really around. If you're looking for it and we stumble upon it, you know, just let us know. If it's not too far from us, we'll grab it. Balcones Brimstone, just drinking liquid smoke.
No, thank you.
As long as it's not like super peated, I might be into that.
I don't really like smoky.
Yeah. Tony has some of the best taxes in the entire country, it seems. And some of the stuff you get for the prices you get it at are absolutely insane.
Insane.
Yeah. Wisconsin is cheap, 3.25. Yeah, the trade-off is not really getting access to a ton. But the stuff that they do get access to slaps so hard. And we are always going to be fans of Iris. That place has absolutely insane prices. Oh, peeping in on somebody else's conversation. Hi, Jojo. Favorite store in the city for single barrel picks?
Oh, well, Ira's, which we were just at,
Well,
but not in the city.
In our city.
Who's single barrels? Liquor Warehouse always has really good single barrels. Warehouse liquors.
That's tough.
I know. I'm trying to think where we got a few.
The problem is, like, a lot of the stores that have robust single barrel programs, not all of the single barrels are good. So the ones that we've gambled on that we just haven't enjoyed as much vastly outweigh like the one-off experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've gone to Foremost Liquors.
Los Foremost?
No.
Or sorry,
Foremost.
Acadia.
Yeah.
Arcadia.
So we really enjoy their single barrel picks. They're really good.
They're really hot. He always picks like the hottest barrel.
Yeah, he does. But they taste delicious.
They're delicious.
And then the burn sets in and you're like, oh,
like his Elijah
I'm getting
Craig.
hugged in the inside. Yeah, so they're really good. GNS, these are good examples. GNS does have some good ones. Some of the ones that they do pick that stick around are ones that we don't really enjoy. The ones that are like the most sought after, like the really
They're
tatery
gone.
ones, they're gone like overnight.
Also, one that's kind of like overseen is the Foremost that's
You mean
in
overlooked?
Overlooked. Yeah, overseen is also the thing.
Go
Is is it Argyle's Foremost?
Oh, their barrel picks?
Their barrel picks are really good.
Yeah, they have like Sagamore picks and like Jepson's picks and like some of the more sourced brand picks, which are honestly not that bad. I think we picked up one single barrel from them that we really enjoyed.
Don't go to Target.
Yeah.
We were very disappointed.
Their Elijah Craig one wasn't.
It was awful.
It wasn't that bad.
It was undrinkable for me. For me,
What are
it
you
was
talking about? We
undrinkable.
killed it so quickly.
No, we didn't. It lasted a long time. It was so hard to drink.
No, it was gone in like 4
I
weeks.
feel like you're a liar.
Guys, this is what I deal with.
It hung around. There was one that we were holding on to, and it was not the Target one.
It was the Four Roses pick that we got from Target. It was not good.
I remember the Elijah Craig. It was
okay.
too
Moving
hot.
on. What do you think number 6 is?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It kind of smells like brown sugar banana to me now. This is just changing.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna put down? Because I said pear earlier, you're saying banana. I'm gonna split the difference and say pawpaw.
I get a lot of brown sugar.
West Michigan. Repeats in Holland and Spring Lake. Okay. All right. Yeah. Can you write these ones down? I don't want to like just screenshot it with my phone. Just be like, hold on, guys.
Hold on, guys. Repeat store.
I have no idea what 5 and 6 are.
I'm kind of ready to look at them and see.
Yeah, well, I want to go through guesses because there's a few that I think I know what they might be.
Okay, let's go through our guesses.
What'd you put for 1?
So originally I got a lot of acetone on it, but I started drinking it more and more.
She's a former forager, Midwesterner, true and true. Like at my job, there's a pawpaw cocktail at the moment.
Pawpaw.
I've also eaten fresh pawpaw recently, so it's locked up here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a banana and
a pear kind of merged together.
Yeah, had like a baby.
But it also happens to be custardy
and banana, like a fermented banana bread.
Yeah.
Flavor.
But it looks like a mango, so go figure.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. It's also a tropical fruit that's in the Midwest also sometimes. So, okay, anyways. What did you put?
I think it's a BTAC. I think it's a...
Oh, you just fucked me up with the BTAC.
I think it's a handy.
I think it's Stag 17.
Oh, it could be Stag 17.
Because I don't really get like higher rye notes or like incredibly high rye to the point where it's actually a rye. I get more like your classic Buffalo Trace notes. I get proofiness that's very well masked behind like the berries and cream kind of flavor. I'm going to say that this is Stag 17.
Okay. I'm going to stick with handy. We'll see.
There's no time. We're streaming. Boom!
Oh, that was a good call.
First one is Stag 17. Is that even in frame? There we go.
Did I change your mind with my BTAC comment?
For a second, and I was like, no, this isn't handy. That's the only one that we have in there.
This is really good.
Yeah, well, it
took a long time to open up.
I think this was the second to last like junior batch, if I remember correctly. I think 18 was the last junior batch. I could be wrong. If you guys remember, or you can Google, I guess, obviously. Put it in the comments. Let us know. Pawpaw's about 30 miles from me in West Michigan.
You can go pick pawpaws.
Yeah.
I used to go to Indiana to pick them.
There's also like pawpaw festivals that happen a lot in Michigan.
That's true.
That would be pretty cool. All right, next one. Do you have a guess?
I don't know. This is definitely a malt.
Yeah.
It's
I
thin.
don't like malt.
I don't like malts.
We're channeling Bruzel right now.
We just do that around the house. Whenever someone says malt, we're just like, we don't like malt.
I don't like malt.
But
Bruzel, if you're watching, we love you. You're so funny and so genuine.
I did like his whiskey vault video. It was very good.
Yeah. Go
on. Single malt. It's very thin. Nothing super characteristic of it.
No. It doesn't have a whole lot of complexity to it. It's kind of thin on the palate. It has that like young Scotch, like young Japanese whiskey kind of smell to it, where like it feels like it hasn't been allowed to age long enough, so it's got to be relatively young. But I don't think that there's an age statement on this.
I don't know what it is.
I am going to guess that this is the French single malt that was sent to us by person 29.
Oh, okay.
Boom!
Oh, there you go.
All right. This is where my confidence kind of wanes and I get completely lost and have no idea what some of this is.
See, I don't remember hardly anything that's in the basket. So this is kind of like a nice surprise for me to see how much my palate knows.
Yeah. CJ, we're going to start shaming you at this point.
Yeah, come on, CJ.
Just become one of us.
One of us. One of us. We're fun on there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget that Papa is also a city.
It is.
Yeah, that's cute. The Bruiser channel out of the blue. Yeah. Fan of Detling. Yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. But Bruzel, I mean, we all have certain pitfalls that we fall into where we look at things kind of in a box, even if we try a bunch of different things. Like
I always say things taste like candles.
Or red vines, apparently. Ours is like anything will it. Like it's just not for us.
We've tried.
We're still gonna try it again. Our friends at King Bourbon did give us a bottle of the Bardstown Bonded.
We do need to open it up.
Like the Kentucky only release. We're hoping that kind of refreshes our opinion about it.
I remember loving it when we were in our Willet phase.
We were obsessed with Willet for a long time. And then we just kind of burnt out on it. Sorry, I don't mean to keep tapping this.
How dare you?
All right, before we get to some more of these comments, number 3. I have no clue. I have 2 possible options, but I have no idea.
I don't know. Initially I said Willet because it is 100% a rye. And I was getting like cilantro at first, but it may have been the pumpernickel.
I don't think this is Willet.
Um,
It lacks like the intensity of the coriander that it usually has. It has some of the same notes.
It's definitely sulfuric.
On the nose?
On the nose. Not on the palate so much, but it's very sulfury.
God, it gets more abrasive as less of it's in the glass. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. It's definitely a rye. There's no argument about that. I don't know what it is. It tastes almost salty to me.
Yeah.
So I have 3 potential ideas of what it is. The one that I don't think it's going to be is Two Brothers. I don't know what that tastes like, but my brain immediately went to that because it was like, I don't know what this is. It's got to be something I've never tried before. My other thought was Old Forester single barrel proof rye because like the really rye forward flavor and how like sweet it is. And that was my original, like, this has to be it. But I think I'm pivoting to Still Austin Madeira.
Oh, I could see Madeira because of the saltiness.
Yeah. The salty finish at the end.
And how dark it is.
Yeah.
It has to be finished.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go for it. Number 3. It is Midwinter Night's Dram.
Oh.
Act 10, Scene 5.
That is so weird.
That doesn't taste like any Midwinter that I've had before.
I like want to bring out Ours
I think ours is
in the burn box.
Ours is Act 10. Yeah, it is. Ours is Act 10 for sure, but what is it? 8? Scene 8?
We have scene 10. Or sorry, Act 10, scene 5.
Oh, so this is the same exact one? Wow.
It
Okay.
did not taste the same.
See, this is why you do blinds like this. So I would never have guessed that.
Did I pour it over? Sorry.
That's fine. That's plenty. It smells different on the nose for sure. Yeah, these smell like night and day.
They really do. Ours is, I mean, this has been open for a while and it kind of smelled. No, those are different. Wow.
Right? Person 29. Okay, I see you're drinking it right now. That's funny. No, this has a lot of characteristics. Like it has the rye, it has like an aged in something kind of vibes. Does it taste the same to you?
No, not at all. That is so weird.
I mean, granted, this one is pretty depleted. It's been kind of at this point for what? I don't know, almost a year.
Yeah. It has a lot of time to
Yeah,
open.
ours might have been softened a lot. So there's honestly really no way to tell for sure, but I would never have guessed that. I don't doubt that that's what you've poured because it has the characteristic rye flavor. It has notes of something finished. I thought for a second it was like still Austin Madeira or something because it has a lot of those like savory herbaceous notes, just slightly salty. And this one tastes a little bit more like tart tangy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Ours is definitely more tangy. This one.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah. TJ's really good at that, man. Once in a while to see how things are going. That's awesome. That's absolutely great. I wish that we could have that kind of relationship with Bruzel. I mean, honestly, if he ever came to the city,
we would blow his mind.
Yeah, if he came to Chicago, we would change his opinion on bourbon hunting here.
You know who we're forgetting about single barrels is Ryan's.
Oh yeah. Ryan's, not Discount Liquors, Ryan's Liquors. Ryan's Liquors up in Uptown. They have amazing picks. Even like their Paul John was amazing. Absolutely loved it. Their High West, they have a Manhattan finish, which is great.
Yeah.
Their Woodinville is amazing. We haven't tried their Weller Foolproof pick, but if it's anything else, if it's anything like all the other stuff that they make, it's got to be great.
You got to love a owner that also likes bourbon.
Yeah. Well, he also enjoys Scotch too, so he finds like a middle ground. Wow, that's crazy. I'm still kind of obsessed with this right now. Texas Martin, Texas Township. All right, that's interesting. There's a Texas Township in Michigan?
Texas Mart.
25 store picks? Woo!
Damn.
That's great. We all have our malt save space in the Bruzel Discord. Hilarious. What else? Let's get through some more of these before we head back to our guesses. Reply now. All right. Appreciate you. Who else? Midwinter Night's Dram. We went through that. Act 11. How is the Act 11? We stopped trying after Act 10, Scene 5.
We did have one at a bar. I think we had Act 12.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Oh, yeah. Harry's picks are great, too.
Well, that's not in the city, but...
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I hear you. That's why I didn't say Harry's, but I would have said Harry's.
Yeah. Tony knows what's up. We tried all of these store picks. When Tony flew into the city, I basically gave him like a very condensed bourbon hunting experience where I was like, what are you looking for? What do you want to leave with today? And in an hour and a half, we got him like 3 or 4 different bottles that he was looking for that were all in different parts of the city. And I was like, let's go. Next spot. So we tried all of the picks at Ryan's and they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. So much so that even in comparison for Tony's backyard. Not nearly as good of a pick for Woodinville. And it's honestly pretty amazing. Pretty good. Wife liked it. That was for the Act 11. All right.
Midwinter, yeah.
All right. We might need to revisit. You need mods. I moderate like 30 channels. Woo!
Oh,
Yeah. We definitely need some mods.
Chris is the mod.
I am the mod. I don't want to be the mod anymore.
I just make sure everyone's nice to each other.
Yeah. That's true. You're like, you're just play nice.
Like, it's just corn water.
Yeah. So I feel like I know what number 4 is.
You know what it is.
I feel like I know what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's finished.
I don't think it's finished. I think it's aged for a long period of time. I think that if this is what I think it is, which is Rebecca Creek, because of the Texas condition,
I don't think it's Rebecca Creek.
but it would be a 12-year. So think about how woody Still Austin tastes at like 3 to 5 years, and then think about what that would taste like 12 years down the road.
It's very smoky.
On the finish.
That's what's throwing me off.
On the finish. You know what? I'm close, but I'm very wrong. Still Austin, Nancy's pick.
Oh,
Damn
interesting.
But I was right, Texas. Like thinking about the age on it, but I never would have thought Still Austin because it doesn't start like a Still Austin flavor profile.
It really doesn't. It like all of the youngness of Still Austin is like taken away, or that like lemon zest I always get from Still Austin isn't there at all.
I get that more from the rye than I get that from the bourbon.
I get it from the bourbon too.
Yes, or a YouTube member. If you're a member on like if you go to our profile page, it'll say like memberships. You can join us there too. It's a lower price. You're not going to get access to all of the same stuff, but I think it's like $3 versus Pick Your Poison for price point. Yeah, good pick, the 90 Taters. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you get a really good pick, there's really nothing that beats it. There's a few picks that we got that, I mean, if we could get them again, we definitely would.
Yeah.
We just plowed through them too quick, and then we're like, oh no.
Especially during our early days. But I feel like that's so much better than just having it sit and linger in the bottle and change.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to appreciate it at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, so like I'm noticing a trend here. When we do these blinds, I usually get like the first 2 right, and then after that it goes very, very poorly.
Okay. The 5th one. I don't know what the 5th one is.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It's candy-like. I get green apple. It's spicy but thin.
We get some trolls. Some. But yeah, for the most part it's easy to navigate right now, but you know,
who's our trolls? We have no trolls on our Discord.
Not on our Discord, but sometimes in our comments.
Oh, in our comments, yeah, definitely.
In our Discord, everyone's nice because we do not tolerate any BS. Like, don't talk down to anyone, don't judge anyone for their palate. Like, just be a good person.
We
like,
have the best Patreon members ever.
Yeah,
I love them.
All of our channel members for YouTube and our Patreon members, you're all some of the nicest people we've ever met. We feel like it's a surreal experience to meet you guys, or anytime we hang out. Like, you're all just so kind and so nice that we're like, are they naturally this nice, or are they nice to us because of who we are? Like,
I think they're just naturally
yeah,
nice.
And I think we have like a little imposter syndrome. But
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to get links so that our Patreon members can look at our YouTube membership too.
Cheers. Yeah, we got to get better at putting it in the chat. Let me see if I can just pull this up here.
Yeah, I tried not Googling. You can't Google within Patreon, but I tried to look up our thing on Patreon, and it was very difficult.
Interesting. All right.
YouTube.
Can you go over what you think this might be while I'm trying to Google this?
I don't know. I think that it's something Kentucky. It has to be something a little younger.
Yeah, it's weird. Why doesn't ours? Oh,
It's right
there we
there.
go.
Maybe
Yeah.
because we have the 18 and over. I don't know.
No, that wouldn't really be a thing. All right, dropping it in the chat. So that is our link. If you want to join us directly, that's how you do it. You can do it through our YouTube as well. Again, you're not going to get the same perks, the same access. We do other things like we're going to be giving away Glen Karens after a certain point of
I'm trying to
membership.
get t-shirts too.
Yeah.
They're stuck in production. I just got another email that they're stuck. So
Classic.
I am trying.
You should just cancel it at this point.
I know, but I want to see how it is.
Lower end of the Rick House, that would make some sense.
Uh,
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It is good. It's very viscous.
Yeah, it's very rich, nice, like kind of robust mouthfeel to it. The finish of the oak treatment on it is really what kind of like threw me off. I thought like double oak or like just really old. But I mean that Texas heat just hits different.
It really does. And I'm always surprised by Still Austin how much flavor they can get in with like younger products. They're doing it great.
Guys, help out a fellow
Yeah,
YouTuber.
Help out Beach Sand Bourbon.
Yeah, we remember.
We just subscribed today.
Yeah, we remember the struggles of like trying to get to 1,000 and feeling like it's always like a carrot on a stick, or like you're running on a treadmill and you can just never really get anywhere. It is such a mental, like, how do I phrase this?
It was awful.
Yeah, it's you start to play mental games with yourself and you're like, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to make it. Can I make it? Can we do this? And we haven't even still made it. Like, we're still trying to make it.
We were also like, I remember getting to 1,000 subscribers and we would gain one and then like lose
and
one.
Then lose one. I'd be like,
no.
Is this an error? Is this like everything is kind of messed up? Like, did we lose some people? Like,
what are we doing wrong that we keep losing people?
Did we get a bot and then now YouTube kicked them off? So now our numbers are going up and down. Like, it all works out eventually as long as you're consistent and you're putting out, reviews or content that people want to see. The algorithm will reward it, just no matter how disappointing it feels or how frustrating to have that goal in front of you can be. Just keep your nose down, man, and just continue to do it.
And do things that you like doing. That's why we went in like the bourbon hunting thing, because we were already going out.
And we did it the dumbest way possible. We were like, no, like nobody wants to see us do bourbon hunts. Like, we want to do reviews and blah, blah, blah. And like, it became a little stressful.
And we still want to do reviews, but
absolutely,
like it definitely tore kind of like a wedge in between us.
Yeah.
Because
we're constantly like arguing about how we should go about doing the interview, or sorry, the reviews, not interviews.
Yeah. Instead of just being ourselves, I feel like we fought to be something that we weren't. And it's okay just to be who you are when talking.
Yeah. And that's why we enjoy doing these live streams, because we get a chance to be like our actual selves. There's nothing to filter behind, who we are is just kind of out on the table. And then we get to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
We couldn't be doing this
with like the live chat too. It feels like you're a little more connected.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we love the interaction because then, we have the ability to get a different aspect to this. We can ask you guys like, hey, what did you pour this from? What batch was it? I know you're in the chat. You sent this to me. Like, give me more information. I want to, like, that stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that if we're like doing reviews. Like, we have to stop and then Google and then refilm and then do it again. And then, God, the number of times that we would just like flub over words. And I'd be like, it's fine. Do it again.
Just do it again.
Just do it again.
Just do it again.
Take 73 and action.
Hence why we don't do a lot of car videos either.
Oh, yeah.
Because we'll be like, hi, welcome to Banana Bourbon. And we're like, what's that words?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's her best Bourbon Junkies impression. Welcome to Blam 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 Blam
Are
Blam.
we just doing impressions of every large whiskey tube?
Yeah, we love all of them, but
We-
you guys all have to admit, whiskey tube people are characters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure somebody could do impressions of us. We'd be like, that's really good.
I don't want to see it. I'll cry.
I'll probably laugh at it and then just be like, am I really like that? All right, we're getting sidetracked. Number 5, I have no clue. I put down apple crisp, cinnamon, thin finish, light pepper. Tennessee?
Oh, I think it's Kentucky, but it's a weird Kentucky.
That don't taste like any Kentucky I know.
We'll see.
Is this 5? Oh boy. This is
MGP.
Weller Foolproof Store Pick.
Wow.
You know, when I first put down apple, I thought of
also
like
put
when you mentioned
apple.
Weller,
Yeah.
like sometimes it tastes like apple, and then the rest of it I was like, there's no fucking way. Steven Scone, I think this is yours, correct? The Weller Foolproof. If I can get this guy, Store Pick 114
that one
proof.
is Thanksgiving in a bottle.
Yeah, that was his. Dude, this is crazy. Like, first of all, there's no richness to it. It drinks, I mean, granted, we've probably had a couple of higher proofs at this point, especially starting with the Stag, but this drinks like almost like Special Reserve in
It
terms of
does.
how easy it is to approach.
But the spice is what throws you.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is awesome. I would not have guessed any of this. And side note, these bottles that you got, these are
good.
amazing. These have like little fill lines on the side of it. They're honestly pretty amazing.
I want to steal it for oil and stuff.
Well, I mean, this is our bottle now.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. I can't
You don't
steal
have
from
to
myself.
You don't have to steal it because it's ours.
Wow. Or put like balsamic in here and make like a nice salad on the go.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Dave.
Live in Rockford. All right.
We gotta go other places in Illinois.
Yeah, I've heard Rockford doesn't have the best stores in terms of variety, but there's probably a couple of places. We would definitely love to check out your neck of the woods and then maybe, help you find some stuff you're looking for over around us.
Oh yeah.
First media sample. Whoa!
Oh,
that's big.
That's awesome. What distillery was it?
If you can say what it is, let us know in the chat.
Or you can send us a message on Instagram too, if you want.
On Instagram or directly through our email. It's all on our profile page.
Our first one was Limestone, and that was so exciting.
Limestone Farms is so good. It's so
Guys,
underrated.
if you haven't, I know that bottle is pricey, but it is worth it.
Say the darndest things. Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
I think that's like our pattern recognition of just like noticing what other people are doing.
And we never mean to be assholes. I know at some point in time it's probably going to come off that way, but having like ADHD and a touch of the tism, like we just hear stuff and we're like, that's funny. And then we start repeating it. I have to constantly stop myself from doing that at work, especially when people are talking to me and they say things in a very unique way. And then I'm just like, don't repeat it back to them.
I always want to repeat
it back to them. So I think, I personally think it's a sign of respect for somebody's characteristics to just be like, that was awesome. I want to repeat that now.
We wanted to do for a Halloween or a April Fool's Day where
they're so good.
We partner up with a bunch of whiskey tubers and then they all parrot each other.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to wait until we get a little bit more clout. Yeah, it's I mean, honestly, I think that would be like a super awesome, ambitious goal.
I think that would be so funny.
If we could just get like a ton of whiskey tube channels to all make fun of each other and we use each other's sets to do a fake version of that. I'd love to see I don't know, Jill and Bruzel do us. Or have the Bourbon Junkies have Dan put on a wig and be you.
We could be David and Jamie.
Yeah. I'm sure that they'd definitely be down with doing that. They're pretty great. And it seems like they've kind of been warming up to us lately, which I'm very happy about.
Who does the better Matt impression?
Wow. That's a tough one. I'd like to see Jason C try to do Matt.
Do you think he could do it?
Probably. He seems like the kind of guy that can commit pretty well. I think that Matt would have a harder time being Jason C. Because he'd be like, you have to say it straight laced.
Yeah.
You can't spoof or riff or do anything. Okay, sorry, we're getting on so many side notes and tangents.
Okay, the last one, right?
Doing the limestone, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they're awesome. Tom Morrow is one of the best people. We
He
absolutely
is such
love
a
him.
gem.
And Bardstown hand delivered, bought it back up because it was so good. Amazing. You know, we're working on that. If you missed it in the beginning, we do have a bottle shop that's coming. That Bardstown won't be in it, but other things that we love and approve of will be in there. Also okay, we're all caught up. Everything else is other people's conversations that I don't want to blow up.
Blow it up.
I mean, honestly, this Weller Foolproof is kind of messing me up.
I know. Well, the green apple, but the spice I've never gotten from a foolproof.
Yeah, definitely
Weller.
not.
I do like it.
This one I have no idea. Number 6, nothing. All I got was pawpaw.
I have brown sugar and banana, but it's too light to be like a Jack Daniels. It's too light to be an Old Forester.
Dude.
Brown Forester product?
If we come out, we're supposed to hang out with Tom Morrow at some point in time. If we do, I want to reach out to you as well. We'd love to do a meetup, maybe see if we can do a bourbon hunting video together.
That would be fun.
Or even a collaborative thing, whether it's just driving around, talking, maybe a joint review or something like that. Whatever, man. We'd love to just kind of do as much as we can in one area, whether it's for fun or for content as possible, and just kind of reach outside of our own community. Chicago doesn't really have a lot of bourbon influence and whiskey influence. There's a few channels, but we're all just kind of in our own lane.
Yeah.
Doing their own thing. I have no clue. Was that a 6?
Yeah.
You guys see this?
It's backwards, but it's a 6.
That looks like a U. All right.
It has a little curly thing. Whatever, you don't get curly things.
Does anybody here speak Aramaic? All right. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I can see the judgment. This was the two brothers.
Oh. This is a pot still, right?
Person 29. See?
Pot stills always
That's
get
100% of you. Person 29. What's the deal with the two brothers? We talked about it briefly. The 86 proof explains why it feels thin.
It is thin.
But what more can you tell us about this? And I like how, not even looking at the box, we picked 3 of his.
I mean, I couldn't even see the glasses or anything.
Yeah, I literally just zoned out and was like, this one feels good.
I was looking, but you can't really see inside the box.
Oh, I tried to make sure not to look. I didn't want any preconceived notions. I wanted to just go by this one.
There were some surprises in here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I know very little, small batch.
Oh, non-chill filtered. Maybe that's what's getting me. Just sometimes Russell's throws me a little bit.
Yeah, because they can be a little bit different without chill filtering. Well, this is probably our worst blind so far in terms of getting things right.
I was surprised. I was very close to Weller. And I was very close to the first one. I knew it was some kind of Buffalo Trace, but
I'm just glad I pegged it being Stag immediately. Well, this was a fun one.
This was fun.
Very non-mature taste. Yeah, I could see the Moonshine or White Dog. If you flavored it with pawpaw.
It does. It opens up. When I first smelled it, it smelled really familiar, but I didn't know why. And then it started opening up and started getting all these different weird tasting points to it. That was the one I got blue cheese on. The two brothers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely see the Moonshine White Dog flavor. This tastes kind of like what we had at Wilderness Trail when they gave it to us right off the still.
Kind of.
but with like a little bit more of a fruit component, not a ton.
What they really need to do is like a coffee infused one.
Yeah, but
They're known for their coffee.
I'm not a fan of coffee infusion for.
What about the Old
for whiskey.
Raleigh? That one is
That's
tight.
different.
That one's amazing.
That was a fuck up.
Well, they can fuck up too.
Yeah.
And you can too, kids out there watching our view. It's okay to fuck up because maybe something great will come. And this is my best Justin Roiland impression.
Oh boy, this whole episode is turning into impressions.
Sorry.
That's right.
That's right.
This whole episode's impressions now, and I'm sure you're impressed with us ending the stream at this moment.
Should we just
That's
end it
right.
right now.
Just end it midstream, like The Sopranos. Still too soon? All right. I'm done.
We're done.
No more tangents. No more sidetracks. Have a great night.
If you
Beach
haven't
Sand Bourbon.
subscribed to Beach Sand Bourbon, do it, please. Get them to 1K.
Yeah.
And
good luck. 4 a.m. is very difficult.
it is.
Yeah, we'll definitely find a time to meet up. On that note, if you're not subscribed to us,
subscribe.
Yeah, please.
You get more stuff like this.
Give the video a like. Check us out on Patreon. Check us out on our YouTube members only channel. You get early access to videos before we drop them. You're going to get up-to-date information about things like our new bottle shop, new store picks, stuff like that. As always, thank you so much. I am Chris.
I'm Kat.
We are bonding over bourbon, and we will catch you next time.
Good night.